What's up YouTube, Webbers5 here, coming at you today with a combo tutorial of Spellbook Endymion, as requested by Luis Méndez on my deck profile. Thank you so much for requesting. It's very rare I actually get request content, so I'm happy to do so for you. As I did reply, I don't really have any specific combos of what I would do with the deck in regards to the spellbooks. It's essentially just play Judgment, play spells, make your regular board slightly better because you've got another monster. But I'm happy to do it as some test hands and see what we come up with. So without further ado, let's get into some test hands. Okay, so let's see what we get off test hand number 1. Starting hand: Secret Village, Upstart, Cerberus, Institution, and Magician of Prophecy. That's pretty, not gonna lie, that's a pretty decent opening, somewhat. Okay, so let's get things going. This, obviously I'm going to start with Institution. Let's go Institution, Cerberus, Effect. Do a Jackal King. Jackal King, Effect, Special Cerberus, to full. So from there, I'd probably go the Institution using 3. 2, 7. So Institution 7. Normal Magician of Prophecy, Effect. So for this, probably going to just grab Spellbook of Judgment. I'm going to assume that it does. Gives all normal sums we use. Link 2 off. To Crowley. Crowley Effect, 3 different named spellbooks. In this case, we've got Secrets, Knowledge, and we'll go Spellbook of Wisdom. Why not? Doesn't really make a huge difference. But what I draw into, but what gets decided does. Great, but we'll work with it. So then on Resolution, we're going to go Judgment. Though frankly, I probably could have just chained the Judgment to Crowley, but well. So Judgment's now live. So gonna Servant. That's 1 spell we've done. Based off this hand, a bit of a good draw to hopefully save us in here. So Upstart, 1. And in this situation, that's actually a very good. That's actually a pretty decent draw. So that's 2 spells we've played so far. Because we now have one. Activate another Institution. Then use the second Institution, use 1 spell counter. And we're going to grab Jackal. As this may not be the most amazing hand of what I'm going to be doing, but it's just kind of to showcase some of the stuff that you can do with the Judgment engine. So it's done such of that. Then activate Jackal and Scale. That's 4 spells we played with Judgment, and now 3 spell counters that we've got on Servant. So from here we can go Servant effect, 3, summon myself, and based off this hand, probably want a monster. Probably going to want a monster negate, so we'll summon out Jackal King. So we'll summon out Jackal King, 1 spell counter, and then just to use up spell. Then to get some more counters on the field, Jackal effect, target King, put 1 extra counter on it. This gets destroyed. Each institution gets 2 spell counters. So from there, I can then go Secret Village. Then from there, I have multiple options of what I can do off the Crowley. So I can still go with the Selene. Potentially, just because of the play that I'm planning to go down for this. So then Selene's effect, she gains 1, 2, 3. 5 counters. And then since Spellbook of Wisdom's a quick play spell, set the Wisdom, then end phase effect, then end phase, resolve, Spellbook of Judgment. So I'm going to search for secrets, knowledge, and I'll go with another secrets. And then because so I've added 3, I can then summon a level 3 monster. So from there, I will summon my choice. I'll summon my spellcaster of choice, which typically is Jalgun Spiritualist. So now, my board's set up that I've got some good reason. I've got Spellbook resources for my next turn. My opponent can't play spells. I have a monster negate. They can't special summon, and if my opponent wants to try and imp on me, I've got Spellbook of Wisdom. That can make one of them unaffected by traps. And if my opponent just wants to go normal summon, battle phase, attack over Jalgun, main phase 2, the moment they attempt the moment I get the priority to do something, effect of Selene, remove 3, bring back Jalgun. Okay, test hand number 2, let's see what we get. Knowledge, called by power, Magister, and Magician of Prophecy. Not gonna lie, guys, this one's not as good. This one's not as good as I would have liked, but we'll see we shall see what we can do. Okay, so I'll start with Magister, and at least start with something that can get a spell counter. And at least now I've got the Call by Reverence to protect from a hand trap, so from here we're going to go normal effect, secrets, for those wondering why I didn't go straight to Judgment, I could have done, but for this situation, I figure might as well just deck thin a bit. So, activate secrets. Then from there, I will grab Judgment. Then from here, I'm going to go... Some of you might question what I'm about to do, but this is how I want to do it. I'm going to activate Spellbook of Knowledge, and then from there, chain Spellbook of Judgment there. Get it go. So, resolution, Judgment resolves. There. The reason I did it like this, guys, is because Spellbook of Knowledge's effect states I can use a spellbook that's on the field or in my hand, and because cards in chain don't go to the graveyard until the chain resolves, at this point, you can save yourself getting rid of some cards. Since Judgment's on the field because of the chain, you can now send the Judgment that's on the field and get and draw your 2 cards without having to waste any extra resources. Draw 1, 2. That's not bad at all. Okay, but I can get a negate active, so we'll go. And also, guys, me now having Magician Souls actually takes advantage of the fact that I didn't get rid of all those spellbooks. So effective Magician Souls. We shall send. Yeah, we'll send Jackal King and special summon the souls. I understand at this current situation, guys, we haven't actually played any spells, but we will. So from here we're going to go, might as well go Instant Fusion, pay a K for Millennium Ice. That's now 1 spell we've played under Judgment. We'll go Effective Magician Souls, send Spellbook of Power to draw 1 card. It's not bad. That's not bad. I suppose I can still do. I suppose for the moment I can still do the Crowley anyway, since I do have the spell resources to do it. So Crowley effect. Additionally, by doing Crowley, I've also hit the chance that I might potentially hit a Spellbook of Wisdom. I can potentially hit a Spellbook of Wisdom, which would be good. So I can have that as a set option. So. Okay. So guys, by the looks of things, I'm not going to be able to play the spell resources in order to summon Jalgin, but I can still do this. Link through Slain effect, gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 spell counters. Then from there I can go Slain effect, removing 3, and from here I can special summon the Jackal King from my hand in defense. Then what I can do is link these summons. So now is a good time to do this. Beyond the Pendulum. I can go Beyond the Pendulum. Effect, give up 1200. So now I'm down to. So I've given up 22, so I'm on 58. So I can go. From there I can go Servant. That is another spell I've played. Pendulum summon what? Pendulum summon Jackal. Pendulum back the Jackal King. And from there, probably set the Call by the Grave. Proceed to end phase. Now I can resolve Judgment. So I can do 2. I'll go Spellbook of Wisdom, and then I do still get a special summon, so I'll go for the level 1 Jackal. Just because it's another card I can have that can hold spell counters. Okay, so not an absolutely insane one off that one, but still that's a relatively average board, and we do have a spell we can use on the opponent's turn. And if I desperately want the And if I desperately want the spell counters, since I'm still in my end phase, I could quickly just go activate Wisdom, target any of my spellcasters, make it unaffected by one of the two, and then that puts some spell counters on my field. Okay, let's finish it off with one last test hand. So here comes test hand number 3. So we've opened Sister, Mastery, Mighty Master, Wisdom, and Knowledge. Okay, that's pretty decent. Let's see what we can get. Okay, so we'll start with Sister, Mastery. Two Servant. Activate Servant. Use Servant with Citadel. Crowley's effect. That'll do just fine. Let's go. Norm Summon. Effect. Just gonna go straight for the Judgment. In this situation, me going straight for the Judgment while I've still got all 3 secrets in my deck means I've got a better chance of going to the secret so I can still use it, as opposed to the chance that I have of hitting a Judgment. And then just like before, guys, I'm going to go Knowledge, Chain Judgment. So Judgment activates, Resolution, then Knowledge, then Judgment, draw 2. Not the best draws, but we can work off this. Let's go Reflection. Mighty Master. Pendulum Summon 1. Jackal King. Link to Selene. Fetch Selene gains 1, 2, 3, 6 counters. Effect, removing 3. Send back the Magician of Prophecy. And once again, I failed to use the dice that I wasn't supposed to. But I do remember that Judgment was at 2, pretty sure. Sometimes I wish my head didn't get so empty like this. Yeah, it's definitely 2 at the moment, so that's fine. So like that. Then Master Effect, moving 3 and 3. Special Summon itself. Three. Or frankly, in this situation, guys, one thing I can do, because I know I haven't played enough spells to do the move I want, I can just go. I can chain wisdom to target any of my monsters. Then wisdom, target any of my monsters. There. Special summon. Pop wisdom, because as I explained before, guys, cards in chain don't go to the grave until the chain resolves. Then Mighty Master gets one spell counter. And I've played. So now I've played three. So now I've played the 3 spells. 3 spells. I've got a spell monster. I've got a spell and a monster negate. And during the end phase, I can go resolve judgment. Secrets. Power. And yeah, why not? Judgment says I don't have to. Judgment doesn't say that they have to. Last I checked, yeah, Judgment doesn't say that they have to have different names. It just says Spellbooks. So I'll go 2 secrets and power. You can go into the Jargon, or another thing you can do, guys, of something that I'm playing in my side deck. If I know I'm going into time, one monster I might choose to summon is Gravekeeper's Curse, which is a level 3 spellcaster with the effect, if this card is summoned, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So it's just a way to deal damage to your opponent in time. So that's another option of something I can do. And then naturally you've got a really good setup hand for your next turn. Okay guys, so that's it for the combo tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below of what you thought about it. And naturally guys, as I have explained before, there's never really like a specific thing of what you can do with Spellbook Endymion. That's just what I've chosen to do with it. And naturally it is also dependent on how many spells that you go into. Like, I think when I've been doing testing, the maximum spells I once did, the highest number of spells I once did after resolving Judgment was 6, and that's because I opened the Judgment along with several other spells in my hand. And naturally, also guys, one of the things I found in testing is if you don't feel you're in the, like, if you don't feel you've got the, like, if you don't think you're going to be able to say, in my opinion, like, if you decide to go for Jalgan, if you're in the position that you don't think you can go for Jalgan, if you know you're not going to be able to summon the monster that you want to, like Jalgan, sometimes it's an idea to maybe try and make an IP Masquerader on your board as well, so then even if you summon a low-level spell caster level 1, like, say, Magician's Souls or Mythical Beast Jackal, then you've got the then that's still an extra material you can do for a Masquerader to go into, say, a disruptive play like Unicorn Phoenix, or another Selene, or a multiple negate Appaloosa. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying having Spellbook of Judgment in the deck. Hope you guys enjoy testing with it as well. Let me know down in the comments as well also what kind of text you guys are using as spellcaster targets for Judgment. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.